Under a swollen sun they toil. Every knock alters Doha's cityscape. Beam by beam, the Qatari capital is growing on the backs of these men, migrant workers who've left families and homes, eager for opportunity. Many are here at great expense.
I paid $2,500 for my visa. Other people have paid slightly more or little less.
Their average monthly salaries hover around $300, at least on paper. Reports of unpaid wages are rife, as are those of exploitation and abuse. But there's no legal recourse for these men. Trade unions are banned. The country is facing mounting pressure to improve the rights of its foreign workforce, especially now as it undergoes a construction boom to host football's World Cup in 2022.
This should be accompanied by a number of measures aimed at, one, obviously guaranteeing safe and decent working conditions for all the new workers that will be brought in. And on the other hand, to give also them the possibility of having some forms of voice and representation.
This is the industrial area on the outskirts of Doha. Sprawling and isolated, it's home to tens of thousands of migrant workers squeezed into makeshift housing like this one. And this is just the exterior. Up to 10 men can share very cramped quarters. Sanitation is basic, privacy virtually non-existent. On that front, the government is laying out new standards. It's funding the prototype of a worker complex designed with the well-being of the people who live there in mind.
Rather than concentrating on the technology of housing, we look at it from a social and sustainable point of view and how we can sort of accommodate migrant workers so there's a sense of dignity, family, things that are lacking in many of the camps now.
Qatar is expected to pump in $100 billion into works leading up to the World Cup. Rights groups hope more will be done to protect the very people who will make that infrastructure possible. Gerald, Al Jazeera, Doha.